Welcome back to The Assist. My name is Roey and we're going to be reviewing a pair of the Nike and Off-White Air Jordan 1 UNCs. Awesome little panel. I'm not going to open it because it's still sealed by the owner, but it's basically a little panel you open up and you've got a plastic sheet in there. You can see clearly through into what pair of shoes. Alright, so these are the Jordan 1 UNCs with Off-White. They've got obviously a lot of the aspects of Virgil Abloh's kind of creative mind. They're basically a remake of the original UNCs, which released in 1985, which was the debut year for this silhouette. The colorway is a nod to University of North Carolina, which was the university that Michael Jordan actually went from to become pro. So he's actually done a couple pairs of different shoes with this kind of colorway and with Jordan and even Converse. Just as little shout outs to his university where it all started, I guess. So they've basically, I guess they're part of the 10 by Virgil Abloh, but technically they already did the 10. It's just one of the same silhouettes in a different colorway. This is actually the third release. They were $190 US, 270 Australian dollars. You had to win a raffle anywhere in the world that they were released. You had to win a raffle to get your hands on them, which is quite typical for Off-White and Jordan shoe. On them you can see that they've got the Winged Air Jordan logo, which is classic as. They've got the Air logo here on the actual sole, which is Virgil. They've removed the Nike tag from the top here, which would generally be a Jordan classic thing, and they've replaced it here on the side. And then they've thrown in the little information box of, which is quite classic for Off-White here on the inside foot. Classic Off-White red tag. You've got the kind of the tick, which has basically been pulled off the shoe, which you don't usually see on the classic Jordan, and has been placed back down with a little bit of glue on this end, some stitching in orange, and some stitching down the end as well in orange. Where they've added stitching in strange places to actually hold the shoe together, they've also removed stitching and added little kind of details, I guess. So usually this would be stitched all the way to the side of the shoe here, but they've left it loose, and they've put in 85, the year that the shoe debuted, as well as the year that this colorway debuted. They're basically made of a PU leather, which is the polyurethane leather. It's the back face of leather scratched back and sprayed with polyurethane plastic, which actually gives it that kind of stiff and protected coating. At the back here, I don't even know what you'd call that. It almost looks like a mesh that's been painted over, which is really, really cool. It's just a kind of strange concept. And then you've got mesh through the toe box and side panel here, and suede through the side here. You've got a more classic kind of leather on the inside, not quite the same as the TPU. And then you've also got all just your classic thread stitching just throughout the shoe in white. Got a light blue tread, nylon tongue, and they basically cut off the top around here, like on all Jordans, and expose, like all Jordans released by Off-White, and expose the foam on the top of the tongue and the top of the actual collar, which I also really like that aspect. The bottom of the shoe is just classic, same as all Jordans usually are, and they come with spare orange and spare light blue Off-White branded shoelaces. Now, these shoes, 190 US, 270 Australian, definitely achievable. If you could win a raffle, if you could get your hands on them for retail, grab them. Resale, definitely a bit dearer. They don't sell as much in the US, obviously, because you can get your hands on more pairs, but over here in Australia, you generally see them go for anywhere from sort of 1200 up to 1600, 1500, that sort of range. In America, you probably see them for floating around for about 800 US, 900 US. So a little bit cheaper in America, but that being said, we've still got quite a few pairs floating around here in Australia. There's some really cool aspects to these shoes, and just the kind of construction and detailing and ideas of the entire thing. Like inside, you've basically got, pull this out just so I can show you properly. You've got a clear plastic wrap instead of paper, and on it you've got Off-White for Nike Air Jordan 1 Beaverton, Oregon, USA, 1985. So just again, another look at how Virgil Abloh likes to kind of mix things up and do things his own way. He's always sort of been that way, which is really cool. I think it's something special about him, that he just thinks outside the box and does things off cue. Yeah, so for me, these shoes, I love them. The UNC is probably one of my favorite colorways ever released by Jordan. And then this shoe specifically, like anything done by Virgil I really like generally, and this shoe I really love. Like, he's chosen one of my favorite colorways, it's one of my favorite silhouettes of a shoe ever, and the construction and execution of the entire model is phenomenal. So I think it is worth the resale value for the people that love the shoe, love Virgil, and have the money to be able to pay for it. I would give these personally a 9.5 out of 10, which I think is equal highest rating I've ever given on the show. Yeah, one of my favorite shoes ever. I really love this. This has been The Assist. My name is Roey. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back next week with another episode, different pair of shoes. Do it all again. Thanks for watching.